Hi all. In this short video we are going to talk about Maggie Tulliver in the novel The Mill on the Floss by George Eliot. This novel should be called a modern novel because George Eliot used such techniques in this novel like portraying the psychology of the characters, especially that of the female characters. This characteristic of George Eliot makes her quite closer to the modern novelist of 20th century like Virginia Woolf, instead of keeping her close to the Victorian novelist. She rather resembles Chaucer, where in his book Prologue to the Canterbury Tales, Chaucer tries to talk about the characters in such a way that we are able to conclude and get a result out of all this description. He never gives a decision. Same is the case with George Eliot, that he does not give any type of decision about her characters, but this is the psychological dissection of the mind that we are able to understand about these characters. Maggie Tulliver is a special character when we talk about the psychology of the character. Maggie, from the very childhood, suffers from the conflicts with the people, conflicts with the people around her, and conflicts in the society she begins to suffer from. For example, there are three incidents very much important with respect to Maggie, where she is showing her conflicting side. She reacts to these conflicts again and again, like whenever she is disturbed or she is not praised or she is given any type of bad words or abuses. She immediately runs to the attic, which is the chosen place for her, in order to vent her anger and feeling there. She beats up a doll there and spends a long time there while she is talking to that doll and expecting that somebody would come to take her back, and mostly it doesn't happen. Same is the case with Maggie when she reacts to another situation, when Tom begins to show more attention towards Lucy. And Lucy is her cousin, of course, but she cannot bear it because Tom is her brother and she's in love with Tom. She wants full attention of Tom, but when Tom gives attention to Lucy at that time, she becomes very angry and in her anger throws Lucy into the mud pond, and as a result Lucy gets dirty. Now, in order to save her from any further humiliation, she runs to Garum first in order to look for the gypsies and try to become the gypsy queen. But here also she does not succeed. So these small incidents of the conflicting situation in which she has to make a choice between love and duty, and this is the very place where, being a child, she is able to express herself with an angry mood, with a reactive mood that makes her an important character in the novel. When she grows up into a little bit bigger child, she encounters Phillips and has a good feeling about him because he's an intelligent person, and like her, he is also imaginative. Maggie, with the passage of time, develops a kind of fascination for Philip, but this again becomes in conflict with her brother and with her father, because Philip is the son of Mr. Wackham, who is considered an enemy by Mr. Tulliver. Before the death, Mr. Tulliver advises his son to not allow Maggie at all to have any type of relationship with Phillips, but Maggie keeps on meeting and ultimately she sacrifices for the sake of her brother. Here again, she has to make a choice when she is a grown-up girl. She makes the choice in favor of society, in favor of her brother, and sacrifices her love for Philip. And this thing again develops in her life when she elopes, a sort of elopement we may call it, not 100% truly, with the fiancé of her cousin Lucy, and spends the night outside. But when she comes back, society is expecting of her that she should be married, and she does not get married. And here also, once again, she sacrifices her love for the sake of cousin Lucy, because if she marries him, Lucy would be in trouble and Lucy would be losing her love. So that is why she leaves it, even when knowing that she will be extradited by the society, she will be given an outcast notice by the society. Even then, she does not marry him and come back. So that is once again the height of the example of the choice of duty instead of the choice for love. That is the kind of sacrificing girl. Not only this, we see that even the priest of that society fails to give her any type of protection. Her own brother fails to give any type of protection to her. It is only Bob Jacob, the childhood friend, who gives the protection to her. She lives with him. But ultimate end of Maggie also comes in the same way, that she sacrifices for the sake of her brother. She is safe in the home of Bob Jacob, but when she notices that a lot of water is present in the river, and river is being flooded, and her brother is present on that very flooded situation, she imagines that Tom would be drowned if he is not given the information on time. So that is why she takes the boat single-handedly, all alone, and travels towards the place where Tom, possibly her brother, may be there. She does not care for her life and rather tries to save her brother, but in her effort, she loses her own life as well, and ultimately she is found
dead with her brother. So in that way, Maggie's life, Maggie's character, and Maggie's behavior is the best character modeling what is the difficulty for the woman, especially for the modern woman, when she has to make a choice between her duty and her love. The societies are cruel towards such women. Whoever try to make a difficult choice, they give the sacrifice, but still they are punished, and punished rather very harshly. So the whole incident calls for the revision of the moral bindings and the social laws of different societies, so that the women who are ambitious enough in order to fulfill their desires or their willfulness, they may be able to have a good chance in the society instead of getting drowned or instead of getting finished in the society. So in that way, Maggie's character is a type of model presented by George Eliot, and that is why we all call her to be a modern novelist. Thank you very much for watching this video, and if you have liked it, please go ahead